If you're looking for answers to how to figure out this thing called the internet, how do I brand myself? How do I advance my career? How do I start and scale my very own online business? How do I make money with my brand, with my story, with what's inside my head? You've come to the right place. You're going to get all your questions answered. So make sure you come on back. You can ask me anything. Yo, 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 welcome to another episode. How in the world are you of Nez Nation Live? Office hours with yours truly. I am your personal branding coach. I've been in the online game for over 2 decades. I run multiple businesses. I'm an author, speaker, you name it. And I love coming on here every single Sunday. Hello. Welcome to the show. Please come on in. Make sure as you're coming in that you smash, just absolutely demolish that like button. I'd really appreciate it. And share this out because, sharing is caring. So welcome to Office Hours, Nez Nation Live, brought to you by BeyondTheBoxAcademy.com. BeyondTheBoxAcademy.com is the ultimate online academy where you can get extremely affordable courses on how to build your brand, how to communicate your vision, your story, so you can monetize, so you can attract the right people, how to get yourself out of your own way, all taught by yours truly, somebody who's been teaching business communications for over 2 decades. I'm not just one of these online dudes who just decided to call themselves a coach, who just decided to say, you know what, I'm going to just start creating courses when I have zero expertise. I'm 44 years old. I've been doing this for a long time. And so these are certified courses. You get a certification. Also, they're coming from somebody who's actually been teaching for a very long time. So go check out BeyondTheBoxAcademy.com. All of these courses have been marked down over 60% because of COVID. I felt that was the right thing to do, and this is the time to get it because those prices are going to jump back up. Okay, enough of that. Welcome, y'all. Good to see you. I want to see who's here. Podcast listeners, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for clicking. We've got Silver Fox in the house. How are you, Silver Fox, Darlene? We got my man Lewis in the house. We got Sweeney Dunstan, YT. Good to see you, Sweeney. Fantastic. Now, there is a question form in the pinned comment. So the kind of premise of this show is you can ask me any question you want related to how to build my online presence. How do I build a YouTube channel? How do I build my LinkedIn? How do I make money with this thing called the internet? How do I create a reputation for myself? Did you guys know that 92% of employers search your online presence during the hiring process? Did you also know, can you imagine if it's 92% for employers? Imagine what everyday consumers do, right? If they want to find out about you, if they want to understand who you are, if they want to see if you have credibility, are you taking an active role in creating your digital story? This is where everything eats, sleeps, and breathes. If you don't understand that communicating your vision, communicating your story in a strategic, powerful way on these platforms is everything. It's literally everything. I don't care if you're brick and mortar. I don't care if you're 69. I don't care if you're 12. It's everything. This is it. You cannot afford to not have a story, a personal brand on these amazing platforms. By the way, the absence of a personal brand is still a personal brand. And so this is a way for you to take strategic ownership of how you're perceived. And the perception of value is maybe more important than the actual value you bring. If you actually bring value, that's going to sustain you long term. And I hope to God you do, because you need to back up what you say. Don't be clickbaity, right? And so I'm here to help. And if you have any questions at all, please leave them in the chat. I got to wear my glasses because I'm an old dude. There's Dexter Media. Yo, Joe, how in the world are you? What's going down, Nez Nation? Great to see you. We already have a couple of questions, but I would love for you to please make sure that you fill out the questionnaire. I'm here to answer any question that you have. We have a great question from... looks like our first question come from, I want to jump right into it. I want to get to as much value as possible. Looks like it's James, a.k.a. Double J. And his question, he filled out the questionnaire. There's a questionnaire in the pinned comment. Please make sure that you check that out. And make sure that you smash the smash button. I'm not saying if you leave a question in the comments, I'm not going to get it, but I would really, really appreciate it, because if you fill out the form, it's not a form, by the way, it's like 3 questions. It just gives you a chance to really articulate your question, maybe even think about it a little bit before you ask. And I would really appreciate it if you could leave it in that form. So our very first question comes from James Double A, aka Double J. Hey, Day One Adventures, good to see you. My E-Class in Bites, is that Elena? Good to see you, Elena. Love it. Good to see you guys. So here's the first question, and I'm going to answer this question. By the way, if you're just joining us, please make sure you smash that smash button. It's so good to see you. We go live every single Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and I love answering your questions. And so make sure that you hit like, make sure you subscribe. Riel's in the house. Good to see you, Riel. Riel is here. Fantastic. Good to see you, brother. Met you on Clubhouse. Boy, Clubhouse is just phenomenal. That's another thing, too. Connect with me over on Clubhouse. Lewis, who is the greatest moderator in Clubhouse history, does a lot of rooms with me. I always have him, or at least invite him to be a moderator. I host a ton of rooms. I mean, a ton of rooms on, helping you to really scale, grow, and start your own YouTube channel. I've been in the online game really quickly before I answer Double J's question, which is up here right now on the screen. I've been building my business and brand on LinkedIn since 2006. I've been on all these platforms, Facebook, Twitter, etc. Early beta tester of Periscope, LinkedIn Live, Facebook Live, YouTube Live. But you know what's really interesting is I talk about YouTube primarily on Clubhouse. Why? Because I love YouTube. Because what I'm doing right now, video communications, has changed my life and my business forever. And there's no greater king of video than LinkedIn, or than YouTube. Sorry. Because video on LinkedIn is fairly new. I know TikTok. I know we've got all these other platforms, Facebook Watch, but nothing comes close to YouTube. If you want to build your brand and business, YouTube is the place to go, and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. There's just so many beautiful ways to do it. Okay, so I want to make sure, KD in the house. Good to see you, KD. Savor the flavor. I love it. Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here too, Lewis. So the question here, our very first question, if you have a question, there's a questionnaire in the pinned comment. Please fill that out, and I'm happy to answer it. Any question at all relating to advancing your career, building your brand and your business, I'm here to help. Okay, I'm starting my own talk show on Facebook, says Double J, and Twitch. Nothing serious. I just want to know, what all will I need to start? Okay, this is a great question, and I love this. This is a powerful question. It doesn't matter, JJ. It doesn't matter how serious it is. It doesn't matter how unserious it is. It doesn't matter if you're on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, anywhere. The epicenter, the key to everything is, are you understanding exactly what your goal is, what your objective is, what your purpose is, and then how does that purpose relate to the audience? Do you really need to make sure that you relate it to your audience? I mean, if you're doing this for yourself and just for fun, I love you to death. But I think most of you, I think I can safely assume that most of you are here because you want to build your brand, build your business, maybe do this full time, sick and tired of the grind, sick and tired of doing something you don't love, and you want to be able to create, like myself, doing this full time. Even though I still teach part-time at the university, I do this pretty much full time. This is my business. I run an online business, an online agency with my wife. Plus, I get money from my content, deals, monetization, affiliate, all these things, sponsorships. And so you can do this. So what is your objective? What is your goal? Identify that. Do you want to, you want to turn this into a business? Do you want to just be entertaining and fun and try to experiment? Do you want to create brand equity? Do you want to become famous? If that's what your goal is, that's fine. I have no problem with that. But it's really, really important to identify what that purpose is. And then you need to make it all about your audience, especially if you're brand new. I said this on Clubhouse the other day, and I don't mean to sound like a cold fish, but you guys have to understand something, especially if you're just starting out. Nobody knows who you are. As a matter of fact, nobody cares who you are. I mean, the reason most of you guys are here is because you're hoping to get some kind of problem, issue, challenge, question solved, right? As charismatic and fun as I am, you're not just here for kicks and giggles, right? Even though we have an amazing community, Nez Nation, bringing more humanness to this digitalness. But you're here because you're hoping to get some kind of answers. You're here because you have a vested interest in trying to become better, trying to build something, trying to grow something, and hopefully you're here to get some help. And so if you make it all about your audience, JJ, that's the first question here. If you make it all about your audience and, you really experiment and cater the message, cater the show, make everything about your audience and try to be the most fun, engaging audience of all time, whatever the topic is, whatever the, theme of your talk show is, really nail down the audience specifics, really make sure that you pay attention to your audience and what they want. What are their challenges? What are their needs? What are their desires? Your show needs to supply the answer to that. Even if it's just entertainment, because entertainment still solves a problem, by the way. I have a long day at work and, I'm tired, I'm hungry. I just want to be entertained. That's a solution. That's a problem that I need a solution for. So if you make it all about them and you really focus on how you can make the best show that is catered to your target specific audience, you're going to win. It's the same thing with a business. It's the same thing with a YouTube channel. It's the same thing with any brand. You got to humanize this. And you got to stop thinking about yourself and start thinking about the viewer primarily. A lot of people look at this and they say, well, what about me? Don't I count? I mean, why am I just thinking about the audience? Well, no. You definitely count because you're the purveyor of this show and you have to definitely do something that is intrinsically something that you care about and that you're passionate about because people are going to be able to feel that. But it has to also be something that serves a need. And if it doesn't serve a need, you're not going to win. I'm just telling you right now. If you're doing it just for yourself, all the power to you. Beautiful. But, if you have that service mindset, that's where you're really going to see growth. So I hope that helps. Yo, RPM Nexus in the house. Good to see you. Timothy Roberts in the house. Good to see you, Timothy. My Vivid Life, Kelly. Oh, well, look at this. We got some fantastic people. Maria Santos on LinkedIn. Good to see you. It's so great to see you. KD, my man from Sugar Land, Texas, in the house. Hopefully you smash that smash button. Make sure you share this out. There is a questionnaire in the pinned comment if you have any questions at all. It is so great to see you guys. I'm so happy to see you. Please leave your questions in the chat down below. If you're just joining us, you're watching Office Hours with yours truly. I am your personal branding coach, business owner, content creator at heart. I love creating content more than anything on planet Earth. And, this is where we go live every single Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. And this is where you get to ask me anything. #AMA. Let me have in the chat right now. Let me see a hashtag yeah if you're feeling me. Give me a hashtag yeah if you're feeling me right now. And so I'm really, really excited to see you guys. Fantastic stuff. I'm not saying that you can't leave a question in the chat. You can, but I would really prefer if you use the questionnaire. It's not really a questionnaire. It's just one or two things. Just who are you so I can address you. I'm going to bring up your comment on the chat right there. Brian in the house. Yes, I'm seeing some yes. Elena, good to see you. Kelly, good to see you. Joe. Yeah, Joe. Hashtag yeah. I love it. Russian Prototype. I love that. Who's Russian Prototype? That sounds great. What a great name for a chat. Oh, that's Jurgen. Jurgen in the house. Jurgen and I had a great conversation on Clubhouse last night. Yes, absolutely. So Jurgen, I'm using StreamYard. All full disclosure, I'm a partner of theirs. I'm an affiliate of theirs. I've been live streaming, for the longest time. I've had multiple podcasts, multiple live stream shows with co-hosts throughout the years. And I've pretty much used every single platform you can imagine. I've used OBS, I've used Ecamm, I've used Switcher, Restream. I've used everything. And I'm telling you right now, this is good to see you, Warren. I think that's Warren, Day One Adventures. Good to see you, Warren. I think I've used every platform on planet Earth. And this is definitely definitely the one that I prefer, just because it's browser based. I don't need to update anything. And I think they're just it's the easiest way to be professional and have a professional live stream. I'm multi-streaming on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Periscope, and my Twitch channel. And so it's just amazing. I absolutely love it. And so if you're interested, I have a free link in the description of this video, which is a free trial. Full disclosure, it is an affiliate link of mine, but I'm using the product. I mean, I believe in this product more than almost any other product out there. I mean, I do, more than any other streaming product. So make sure you check that out. It's really, really great to see you. Riel in the house. Okay, I'm going to go to the questionnaire. So hopefully that answered your question, Double J. Yeah. If you're looking to create a show, don't think about yourself. How can I make the most entertaining show? How can I keep my audience engaged? Especially if you're doing a live stream show like I do, because I have guests. We have 2 segments to our podcast, our live stream podcast, which, by the way, it's the #1 ranked personal branding podcast on Apple and Spotify for that niche. You know, I don't want to flex here, but we've got over 100 5-star reviews on Apple. I mean, find me another personal branding podcast or branding podcast that has that many. I mean, you won't find any. And so we're really, really, really proud of that here at Nez Nation, bringing more humanness to this digitalness. If you want to know what that means, I'm sick and tired of people downplaying and downgrading this thing called the internet. Look at this amazing audience. We've got, when you come to Nez Nation, you don't just get me, you get a lot of, good to see you, Tom in the house. When you come to Nez Nation, you don't just get me, who's been in the online game for 2 decades. Look at all these amazing podcasters, live streamers, content creators, business owners, professionals, executives. You get this amazing community. We're bringing more humanness to this digitalness. And so I'm just really proud of you guys, and I'm proud to be a part of this community. It's just awesome. It's just awesome to see you. So hopefully that answered your question, Double J. Looks like we got another question. Again, there is a questionnaire form in the pinned comment. I would really, really appreciate it if you could leave your question. It's just a couple of things just to kind of give me some context. This one comes from Damon Warren. Good to see you, Damon. I'm going to bring your comment up, and I'm going to put it in the chat, and then I'm going to bring it up on screen. I'm so excited. Thank you so much, Damon, for asking your question. And Damon's question is, we're going to get to this right now. Super excited. Great to see you, by the way. Damon, I've seen you on Clubhouse a lot, and I really, really appreciate it. By the way, connect with me on Clubhouse. I'm at Professor Nez. I'm going to be hosting a ton more rooms, personal branding, YouTube growth, how to build a story with video, how to communicate confidently, how to really understand who your audience is, audience development, the art and science of YouTube, and how powerful this platform is. Damon says, just started another channel. Okay, fantastic. Should I cross-promote between the channels or leave it separate? One is tech, and the other is vlogging. Okay, this is an interesting question. Thank you so much for your question, Damon. And by the way, pinned comment, there's a questionnaire. If you have a question, just fill it out. It's a couple of real easy form. It's like 2 or 3 questions, just your name, your channel, and your question. Please fill out the pinned comment, which is the questionnaire. It should be on LinkedIn and Facebook as well. But Damon asked on YouTube, so I'm going to pin the comment here. So you just started another channel. Now, one is tech and the other is vlogging. So vlogging is not really a theme. What is the premise of the second channel? And I'm just curious why you started a second channel. What was the purpose of starting a second channel? Do you have a large, presence in your main channel? Were you kind of branching out into some new territory or new themes or new topics? I'm really curious. I'd love to hear a little more context, Damon, as to why you started another channel. And there's nothing wrong, just to kind of answer your question simply, there's nothing wrong with cross-promoting your channels as long as, the theme is relevant to that audience. Again, always thinking about the audience, always thinking about the viewer. Is it something that they're going to get something out of? Are you thinking about them, or are you just promoting it and spamming them? Because if you're just promoting it and spamming them, It's exactly that. It's going to come across as spam, and you're probably going to lose subscribers. You're going to lose your audience. But it's something, if it's something that's relevant and it's something that they actually will get a lot out of, they'll get a ton of value from, there's nothing wrong with promoting it to them. I'll give you a perfect example. I'll give you, thank you so much, Damon. Damon says, yeah, I really appreciate that. Damon says, always dig in your energy. Niching down on main channel. Okay. So that's interesting. I'm going to get back to your question here. Niching down on main channel. Okay. I'd love a little more context on that too. So I'll give you a perfect example. I started a separate shorts channel just for my shorts. I'm still going to do some shorts on my main channel, but I started a separate shorts channel just to kind of experiment, just because it's so easy. And it also gave me the freedom to kind of create, without worrying about disrupting the flow of my main channel. Okay, here comes the sneeze. Sweeney, where are you? Holy mac. You notice how I mute though? That's a professional right there. Oh, here comes another one. I apologize. Excuse me. I actually think I am getting a little bit of a cold. My kids have just started softball and baseball. And so I do think that I might be coming down. And also my allergies. Allergies have been really acting up because spring just started, right? We're heading out of winter, heading into spring, daylight savings. So I have an excuse now, Sweeney, for sneezing. Sweeney makes fun of me. He calls it Snez Nation. Yeah, so let me give you a case study. Do I cross promote those shorts to my main channel? Sure. I use the community tab and I'll share a couple of the shorts to my main channel. The reason I do that is because the content that I'm creating on my shorts channel is extremely relevant to my audience on my main channel. And plus, I'm not disrupting their flow, them getting a subscriber notification or them getting an alert on their, or a push notification saying, here's a short. I'm doing it in a very subtle way. Only when they're in the app, they'll see it on the community tab, or a community post, or I'll share it to my Twitter account, or I'll share it to Instagram. And so, again, there's nothing wrong with cross-promoting. There's nothing wrong with cross-promoting your content on other channels as long as it's relevant. Again, really the same answer to all these questions is, do you know who you're serving? And do you know what they want? And is your content something that's going to be extremely relevant and resonant with them? Is it something that they need? Is it something that's going to help them? Is it something that's going to, transform them in some way, shape, or form? That's really, really important to know that. Okay. I blame the tree back there, Joe. Yes, this damn tree. This tree, it's been growing for thousands of years. Sneeze Nation. I love it. I absolutely love it. Good job. 19 likes. Let's get that thing up to 25. How about 30 likes? Come on, y'all. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Silver Fox. So great question, Damon, and I hope that helped. If you want a little bit more context, let me know. But literally, this has everything to do. Okay. This has everything to do with really diving deep into the chest of your audience, okay? The more that you deliver, and I have another case study too. I have another case study that hopefully this will make a lot of sense and this will help. I started a brand new channel on January 23rd of this year, 2021, less than 6 weeks ago. I didn't launch any videos at all until I totally did a ton of recon, a ton of research on exactly what the audience is. I'm not going to pitch or promote the channel here because we know our audience so well. And so this is another thing too. You do not want to just splash your channel across social media because you're going to send a signal to the algorithm unless they're highly targeted people and they're people that absolutely align with the content. What you're going to do is you're going to get a bunch of clicks and bounces in the first 10 seconds. You're going to get a bunch of what I like to call undeserved clicks. You're going to get a lot of empty clicks is a better way of putting it. You don't want empty clicks because that's going to send a signal to YouTube. people are watching this video for only a couple of seconds and then bouncing off. We're not going to promote this. So I'd never pitch or promote my other channels that I manage. But you don't have to believe me either. You might be saying, Nez, that's easy for you to say. You don't have to believe me. I don't care. So we launched this channel on January 23rd. We started with only 2 videos. It's now March 21st. So literally 2 months, right? Now, so 8 weeks. It's got 10,000 plus views. We just passed 100 subscribers 2 days ago. 10,000 views. Watch time hours, we're already at for watch time hours, we're already halfway, if not 60% there to monetization. We still have to get the 1,000 subscribers. But literally, YouTube has understood very fast exactly who the audience is, and they're pushing out our videos to that targeted specific audience. And it's growing like crazy. And I'm super, super excited. I'm super, super pumped. We're going to get to monetization very, very soon. And this is going to be a channel. It's just, I'm really, really proud of this channel. But the point is, I didn't do anything supernatural. I didn't do anything special. I just really didn't launch it. Like, I started this channel the wrong way. I thought of YouTube as if it's like a cloud storage, like Dropbox. I treated YouTube like Dropbox in the beginning when I started this channel in 2016. I'm about to cross 10,000 subscribers. We're only 1,000 away, and we're growing like 800, 900 subs every 28 days. So we're going to get to 10,000. By the way, we're going to have a 10,000 subscribers special giveaway celebration. Probably around May, the second week of May, we'll probably hit 10,000 subscribers. But let me tell you something. I didn't do anything supernatural. If I would have started this channel the right way, I would have had 10,000 subscribers in the first year. I guarantee it. We're going to get to 5,000, maybe even 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2022. I just know it with this new channel. I didn't do anything crazy. I didn't do anything that was weird. I didn't do anything out of the blue. I didn't do anything extraordinary. I literally just understood exactly who the video content is for. And I literally did a, autopsy on my audience. Figuratively, not literally. Figuratively here, folks, not literally. What are their wants, their pain points? What do they enjoy? Why do they like it? What are their interests? What are their feelings? I mean, really diving deep into the psychographics. Not just demographics, age, gender, income, etc., and geography, but psychographics. Who are they psychologically? I call psychographics the heart of your audience, and demographics is more of the brain of your audience. It's like mathematical and very kind of straight up numericals. But the psychographics is where you make the difference. It's the heart of your audience. And so this is really, really important. Everybody here, I want to be very, very specific. Everybody here. Yes, thank you so much, Silver Fox. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Yes, this crew rocks, Nez Nation family. I want to be very, very clear to everybody here. Lewis elbow, Nez sneezing, exactly. I've got more sneezes on the way, by the way. I apologize. I'm allergic to live streaming. You can do this too. You can do this too. That's why I titled my clubhouse room the other day, The Art and Science of YouTube, because literally the art and science of YouTube is the art and science of online businesses. It's the art and science of LinkedIn. It's the art and science of building your brand, your personal brand. It starts with audience, and everything develops and grows out of that. That is the seed. The seed is your audience. And if you do enough, if you put in the time and energy and work to just discovering who these people are and what makes them tick, you're going to be fantastic. And just deliver consistently, and listen to your audience, pay attention, poll your audience, ask them questions, find out who they are, find out what they want, find out what their challenges are, their pain points, etc. You're going to be just fine. I didn't do anything supernatural. I didn't do anything out of the blue. It's all very, very simple if you just follow that recipe. Warren says, thanks for the input. I definitely feel better about the new channel move. Was made for subs, giving the people what they want. Very good, Warren. And keep me posted on that, man. I hope to see you more and more here on the channel. And by the way, if you're just joining us, You're watching Office Hours with yours truly. We go live right here on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and more every single Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You want to make sure you click that subscribe button. You want to make sure you follow. Make sure you are with us because, even on the replay, let's say you got to go. I know a lot of people are busy on Sundays. Even on the replay, if you go check out these replays and also our podcast, subscribe to our podcast for the love of God. You can actually put that in your eardrums and listen to this whole entire show, which gets posted later on and sometimes the next day. We have previous episodes too on our podcast, and that's what the logo looks like on our podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google Podcast, everywhere. That's where you can, listen at your leisure and potentially get questions answered that you have. Because that's the beauty of a live Q&A, is because you might not even know you had this question. And yet somebody here on this awesome, beautiful community, somebody in our amazing community asked the question that you didn't even know you had. And you're going to get an answer to it. So it's really important to check out these replays. It's really important to check out, and you can listen to it or you can watch it. You don't have to watch it. I'll tell you what I do, which is really interesting. And then I want to get to the next question. By the way, there is a form in the pinned comment. There is a form there where you can ask your question. Jurgen has a question. We're going to get to you, Jurgen, in just a second. Let me know if you're still here, Jurgen. Here's what I do, because I love to watch Daryl Eves' Q&As. I like to watch, a lot of people's Q&As. I don't watch Netflix or HBO Max late at night when I'm ready to go to sleep. Usually I'll watch YouTube. I watch YouTube on TV. And so a lot of the times I miss out on these live streams. I miss out on these live Q&As. And that's my opportunity to watch it again. I even love watching Dean Nimon's live stream replays too, because he provides a lot of value. And so like, this is a great chance. If you're watching this, by the way, on the replay, and you're watching this, exactly in the circumstance that I conveyed, leave me a comment down below if you can. Maybe go on your phone if you're watching this on TV and say, hey, hashtag TV, I'm watching this on the hashtag replay. I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment just so I can get some more information. And I just like to know. I really do. Okay, Jurgen, let's get to your question. Jurgen is here. Fantastic. So let me go to the questionnaire here. And this is a great question from Jurgen, a.k.a. Russian Prototype. I love that name, dude. That's a great, great name for a channel. Russian Prototype. It just has some power to it. Okay, so our next question comes from Jurgen, and he asks, what is the most feasible way for a small channel below 1,000 to generate income through YouTube? I absolutely love this question. Sorry, I had to do that. Too much coffee for Nez this morning. It's such a good question, though. I mean, it's really, really a good question. The first thing that comes to mind is I want to kind of give you a sort of overview, and really what I'd like to do is ask some real poignant questions too. Number one, you need to ask yourself, is it really important to monetize quickly? And I'm going to answer this question more directly, but this is important too, because there's some other things that you need to consider. When you're building on YouTube and you're trying to build an audience, especially under 1,000 subs, the best thing you can leverage, is getting the attention, And so you want there to be as little friction as possible between you and your growth. And sometimes, I'm not saying all the time, but I'm saying sometimes if you try to monetize too quickly, it can do a couple of things. Number one, it can redirect your focus on something that, will be to the detriment of the other thing, which should be the focus on your audience. It can make you focus too much on the money aspect, which will diminish the quality of your content and make all your content kind of have that flavor of Jurgen's just in it for the money. I'm not saying you are, but Jurgen's just in it for the money. So be careful of that. Also, number two, it can disrupt. It can disrupt your audience's ability to really connect with you if you're monetizing too quickly. And so that's something to consider. Okay. So the first thing I would do is I always tell, when I do consultations, I always tell creators, why do you want to monetize? Or is this something that, it's just interesting? Is this something that is a dire need? Is this something that, you just thought was kind of cool and you want to jump in on it too? Why? So the why is really, really important. Number two, now I'm going to get really tactical. Now I'm going to tell you exactly how to do it. The best way to monetize before you're monetized in the YouTube Partner Program, which, by the way, AdSense is such it's such a kind of low, almost ineffective way to monetize, unless you've really had a channel that's getting, thousands and hundreds of thousands, millions of views a month. AdSense is like, really the most ineffective way to monetize, and it's not something that's reliable because it also ebbs and flows. So here's how you do it. I think the best way to monetize before 1,000 subscribers is, number one, I think the best path of least resistance is affiliate marketing. And so having being affiliated with a company or brand and sharing those links in your description, having a strong call to action, and you get a commission from products that you didn't create, that you had nothing to do with the manufacturing of them, the distribution of them, or et cetera. You don't have to ship anything. It's literally just you are vouching for that product or service, and you're communicating to a very highly targeted audience that this would be in their best interest. I think that's the best way to start, and you can do that with 0 subscribers, okay? But you have to have leverage. You got to get views. You got to get in front of people, right? So it doesn't matter if you have affiliate links and a bunch of affiliate links in your description if you're not getting the right kind of views. So that's why I asked that previous question, Jürgen, and this goes for everybody. I always say build the audience. Build the audience. You can leverage that attention later. Build the audience. But you can definitely make money before 1,000 subs. I think probably the most lucrative way, the way where you can make serious income as a creator, without, worrying about, where are they clicking on my link or how many views, etc., is taking a proactive position, actually reaching out to brands and businesses and positioning yourself right. Okay. Positioning yourself as, hey, I'm a YouTube creator. I've got a YouTube channel. I have very high quality of, video and audio. I can create videos that can advertise your business, your services, your organization. That, to me, you can get $5,000, $10,000 for brand deals and sponsorships, right now, like today. I mean, you have to make a list right now. Everybody listen to this. Make a list of companies, make a list of brands that you want to work with that align with your value proposition. And maybe don't go for the big dogs. Like don't go ask Nike, or don't ask, Johnson & Johnson or Goldman Sachs, right? But think about some maybe small businesses, local businesses, SMBs, small to medium businesses, brands that you vouch for, brands that you use. Like, for example, StreamYard, it's a SaaS product, recurring affiliate revenue. I've also done partnerships with, TubeBuddy and Restream, did a sponsored video not that long ago, Logitech. I mean, companies that make sense to you, and literally reach out to them. Go on LinkedIn, find the social media manager, find the brand partnerships manager. Go tell them, okay, go make a list. You're going to get probably 50 no's, but you're going to get 1 to 2 yeses. DM these people, email them, contact them, make a personal video, Jürgen. Say, hey, Logitech, for example, let's just say, I'm just bringing up any company. Just say Company X. Hey, Company X, my name's Jürgen. I have a channel called Russian Prototype. I believe in your product. I love your product. I love your service. I would love to create a video, if you're interested, promoting your business, promoting your organization to the YouTube space, the YouTube audience. I'm telling you, you're going to get a ton of no's, but you're going to get 1 or 2 yeses. And those 1 or 2 yeses can make or break your income for the next 6 months to 12 months, especially if you position it right. Now, you can create a media kit too, where it's sort of like a resume for content creators. And if you're interested, I can send you a copy of mine. Okay, you can take a look at it. Just so you, what's a media kit? What's it look like? Just send me an email. Okay, go to here. I'll put my email in the. If you're interested, I'll put my email in the chat. I wonder if YouTube will let me do that. It's Nez at professornez.com. And so that's my email. If you're looking for, if you want to get a copy of my media kit, I'm happy to send it to you. Okay. Send it to you for nothing. I mean, obviously for nothing, but yeah, I'm happy to send that to you. Yeah, I mean, it's literally, and I would also do this too. Here's another thing that I would do. Jurgen, this is going to be the best advice I'm going to give you. Thank you so much, Elena. Elena says, I can relate. Excuse me. Love your suggestions. Gives me lots of ideas. Thank you, Silver Fox. She says this info is raw and real. Appreciate it. Yeah. So my email again is nez at professornez.com. Pretty simple. Don't be afraid. This is the best advice. Don't be afraid to do a free sponsorship or brand deal, especially as a young channel and a newer channel with not too many views or not too many subscribers. Because here's the cool thing. You can use that. Okay, you get a free brand deal. You say, I'll do it for free. Okay, reach out to a big company. Say, I will do a product review for free. I will do a video promoting you, your organization, for free to my audience. And it will live on YouTube in perpetuity, eternally. That's the thing you got to think about. Don't undervalue yourself. You have a lot of value as a content creator. You have a ton of value. Please don't undervalue yourself. I can't tell you how many times this has worked. If you do a free video, if you do a free sponsorship deal, what happens is you are basically telling them that, look, I want you to trust me. I want to build a relationship with you. And this will lead to future brand deals. This will lead to future really, really lucrative deals and sponsorships. Because if you really put out a banger and you show them tangible proof that you can create an amazing video, okay, that aligns with their brand and really demonstrates in a powerful way that you can draw traffic there, because brands and businesses, they want traffic. They want CPA, they want acquisition, they want leads, etc. You can also use that video as a sort of demo video to present to other brands. So for example, if you say, hey, look, you don't have to tell them it was free either. Don't tell them it was free. Say, hey, I did a sponsorship deal with company X, okay, and this is what I did for them. I can do this for you. Because talk can sometimes be cheap, right? People want to see action. They want to see proof. This is just a strategy. It's a long-term strategy. But by doing a free deal, not only are you building relationship and equity with the brand that you did the free deal with, but you're also using this demo reel, like a reel almost. We used to call this a demo reel in the Hollywood days, in the film industry days. You have a demo reel of your work. This is a nice portfolio. Maybe even you do a couple of free brand deals. Nothing wrong with that. Because think long term. Don't think just quick money, because quick money can get you in trouble. Do a couple of free deals and then present that to other brands, and don't tell them it was free. Say, hey, this is what I did for company X. I can do that for you. If you're interested, I'd love to jump on the phone, jump on a virtual coffee chat for just 5-10 minutes. I'm telling you, that is the most powerful thing you can do, especially as a brand new channel, especially as somebody who doesn't have, you don't have the attention yet. I say yet. But that, I think, is the most powerful way to do it. So let me know in the chat if that makes sense, Jurgen, if you're still here. Because I honestly think, you can definitely charge and you can definitely make money. There's living proof of this all over. You ask any creator. A lot of them regret, not doing brand deals and sponsorship deals earlier, in their channels, start. And so I think the last thing I just said about the way to demonstrate, okay, the way to demonstrate and just show kind of like a reel, I think that's the most powerful strategy. I really, really do. Oh, you're absolutely welcome, Jurgen. You'd be amazed, too, if you can just get into a conversation. Here's another thing, too. I want to say this because this is so good. Jurgen, listen to this. And everybody listening and watching, please heed this. You're creating a lot of these companies and brands and businesses. They don't have the wherewithal. They don't understand YouTube. And plus, they don't even have the interest in hiring a production company, hiring a camera crew, hiring, a director, hiring an actor, which costs a lot of money, by the way. You be the solution to that. Say, I can create a presence. There is not a business or brand or organization alive today. I don't care if you're brick and mortar. I don't care if you're online. There is not a business or brand alive today that can afford to not have a presence on YouTube. You're giving them that presence. And you know how to create videos. You know how to edit. You know how to produce. You know how to create. You know how to SEO it. You know how to keyword optimize it. You know how to optimize for YouTube. You're basically solving a major problem for these brands and businesses. That's worth serious money. So never mind the views, the subscribers. If you position it right, if you just get into a conversation with these guys, just start the conversation. You never know where it could lead. It could lead to a 6-figure deal, and you could have 0 subscribers. Why? Because I've seen it happen before. It depends on how you position it, and just be humble, be real, be authentic. Don't try to pull a fast one on them. Just really see how the conversation goes, but don't be afraid to engage in that conversation, because I know FOMO or imposter syndrome. I know it can feel like, I don't have any leverage on my side. I have 0 leverage. Who am I? I'm just a small creator. You're not a small creator. You're not a small channel. Get that out of your mind. You walk into that meeting with confidence, with energy. People don't hire vanity metrics. People don't hire your credentials. People don't hire your diploma, your degree, your certificates. They hire your energy. Bring that energy to the foray. If you walk into that room like $1 trillion, they're going to be willing to pay. I promise you. Hey, Company X, my name is Jurgen, and I run a powerful YouTube channel by the name of Russian Prototype. I really like your company. I really like your brand. I love what it stands for. I think that you and I should maybe jump on the phone for 5-10 minutes. I'd love to illustrate to you why having a presence on this powerful 2 billion active users a month platform called YouTube would be a big boost for your company. I'd like to create a video where, I know how to optimize it. I know how to give you constant leads and constant attention and constant presence for the next 20, 50 years that YouTube's going to be around. YouTube just started, by the way, guys. 2005 was yesterday. I mean, think about it. It's 2021. This thing's only been around for 10, 15 years. I mean, it's brand new. It's basically brand new, right? I mean, advertising's been around for hundreds of years, thousands of years. But these platforms, Facebook, TikTok is brand new. YouTube, brand new. I mean, in the big scope, in the large perspective, these are babies. They're minnows in the giant pond of advertising. It's how you position it. It's the energy you bring to the table. You'll be amazed. You might walk away from the meeting getting a 4-video brand deal worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen. I'll tell you that. Yeah, exactly. Lewis said YT is a teenager. I mean, that to me is a baby. It's just a baby. Let me see what Dexter says here. And by the way, really quickly, if you're just joining us, you're watching Office Hours with yours truly. This is a show we go live every single Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time, where you get to ask me anything. There's a questionnaire form in the pinned comment where you can ask your question. Please feel free to fill it out. It's just a couple of questions. We go live every Sunday. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button if you're getting value from this. I would really, really appreciate it. And I'd love to see you here every single Sunday. Dexter says, anytime you can set up history and roadmap of working with brands, it's a good thing. Yep. All it takes is opening the door. Yeah. Once that door is open, anything is possible. That is perfectly said, Joe. Thank you so much. Yeah. If you want to get a copy of my media kit, do that. That's totally fine. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Silver Fox. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And by the way, you may consider this. Joe Dexter is a member of our channel. If you click that join button just for a small fee every single month, I'm going to be doing private live streams for members only, where I can dive so much deeper into your brand, your business, your channel, etc. You may want to consider that. I mean, I run a business where I help executives, professionals, and business owners. But those packages are, I'll just be honest, they're expensive. And I know a lot of you guys, people are on budgets, and I respect budgets more than anything. And I never, ever, ever like to pressure anybody or force anybody, because I get DMs all the time. Hey, Nez, can I work with you? Hey, Nez, can I work with you? They look at the packages and they're like, oh, never mind. And I respect that. One way to really bypass that and one way to circumvent that is to become a member of this channel, because I'm going to be conducting, and I will and have, private live streams where I can really dive deep and you can really get real personal and get more access to me. So consider joining and becoming a member of this channel. I promise you it'll be the greatest investment you make. I was just going to say that, Dexter. This is something that's really, really important. Listen to what Joe just said right here. Joe just said, I'm so proud to hear you say that, Silver Fox. That means the world to me. Thank you so much, Elena. Lovely to see you. I know it's late over in the Philippines. I'm so happy that you're here. Dexter says, and don't forget your local brands. Yes, he runs a business literally working to provide content from micro local brands. It does not have to be a Fortune 500. Exactly. I love it. Dexter says, I graduated in 2005. I'm 34. That's how new it is. Yes, absolutely. You're welcome. You're absolutely welcome, Jurgen. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's interesting, Joe, what you just said. Because so many of us, literally your local pizza place, your local mom and pop shops, shoe company, a tennis store, a dentist, local dentists, holy mackerel. These guys understand the power. Local chiropractors. Go to these people and just literally walk in there. Don't be afraid to walk in there and just say, hey, my name is Darlene. My name is Joe. My name is Jurgen. I run a YouTube channel, and, YouTube has 2 billion active users a month. Have you ever thought about maybe having a video about your brand or your business on YouTube? I just want to let you know that this is something that I'm very passionate about. I create amazing videos, and I'd love to help you out. And it wouldn't cost you, near as much as advertising on radio, print, or TV. And if they're smart business people, which, they wouldn't be in business if they weren't, they're going to know that having a presence on YouTube could, instrumentally, profoundly change their business. And so, yeah, there's so many ways to position this. I've gotten sponsorships on my podcast, local businesses, local pizza places, local eateries, local pubs, local dentists, local chiropractors. It's amazing what you can do if you just go after it. But you have to go after it. Don't have this spray and pray mentality. When I say spray and pray mentality, it's like you just send out a bunch of emails and just hope people get back to you. That's not how you win. You have to go after it. And you'll be amazed what happens. Flash fam in the house. It's Dr. Ed Marvin. Dr. Ed Marvin is in the house. Make sure you put a hashtag Flash fam, hashtag Nez Nation in the chat. Make sure you do that. It's good to see you, Ed. How are you? May you always have a flash in your pan. Flash is an amazing live streamer, content creator. And he absolutely. Luis is in the house. Luis, good to see you. Luis was in my club last night. Good to see you. I love that. I'm the author of my story. I don't need a co-author. Good to see you, Luis. Luis is like an OG on Nez Nation. He was with me in Periscope days 6 years ago, man, when we started on 2015. And Luis, you've been here ever since, man. I'm so proud of you, brother. And you were dropping some serious knowledge bombs yesterday in the club. It was just absolutely awesome. Awesome to see you. There is a pinned questionnaire in the comment there. If you have any other questions, we're reaching the 60-minute mark. But, I just want you guys to know, I love hanging out with you every single week. And even if I don't get to your question, I may get to your question next week. So make sure you leave a question in that questionnaire, fill it out. It's going to be pinned there. And I'm also going to put it in the description if it's not there already. It should already be in the description, but I'll double check that. And if you're just joining us, you're watching Office Hours with yours truly. I am your personal branding coach, Professor Nez. We go live every single Sunday at 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. And I know podcast listeners and replay viewers, please leave me a hashtag replay if you're watching this on the replay. Yes, Flash fam in the house, Dr. Ed. He's not a doctor, but he really is a doctor. Well, neither was Dr. Seuss. To me, Ed is the doctor of humanness. To me, Ed is the doctor of gold prospecting. And so I call him Dr. Ed Marvin. It just sounds so good. It's good to see you, Ed. Fantastic. Yeah. So, if you're watching this on the replay, give me a hashtag replay. And also I would love to hear from you on the podcast. Let me know. Go ahead and tweet me, and say, hey, Nez, I'm listening to your podcast right now. At me, it's at Professor Nez on Twitter. I would love to hear from you, because it really means a lot to me. And definitely leave your question. Fill out that little, it's just a mini form. It's very, very simple. Just a mini questionnaire. I'd love to hear from you. We go live every single Sunday. We also have guests on our show too. We have 2 segments to the live stream show. We also, we do our weekly live stream, where we do a Q&A. It's office hours with yours truly and the amazing Nez Nation family. But we also have guests on too. Our last guest was somebody who I call the Yoda of YouTube, Mr. Daryl Eves, who has a brand new book out. I'm just going to promote Daryl real fast, called The YouTube Formula. You can see I'm halfway, you see this little bookmark right here? I'm about halfway done with it. The YouTube Formula by Daryl Eves. We had him on the show. It was just absolutely fantastic. And so it was a real great pleasure having him on the show. And we're going to have more guests on the show. As a matter of fact, when we get to 10,000 subscribers, we're going to do an amazing live stream. And I'm going to pull you guys into the stream. We're going to talk. We're going to hang out. We're going to party. I'm going to do some giveaways. We're going to have a lot of fun. Our 10,000 subscriber celebration, which should be happening by the end of April. Pretty close to the end of April. We're very close to 9,000. We're gaining about 1,000 subs a month almost. So when that happens, holy macadamia nut, are we going to have some fun? I can't wait for that. So exciting to see you guys. So exciting to see you guys. I love you, love you, love you all. Make sure that, you hit subscribe, hit that bell notification, because, you don't want to miss this show, man. You just don't want to miss this show. This is where we all have a ton of fun, and it's super productive too. You get all your questions answered. You can ask me anything. And not only that, but we've got this thriving community. We've got this amazing community where, it's not just me. I'm the facilitator, okay? I'm just the facilitator. But we've got this amazing crew, as Darlene said so aptly, of amazing content creators, business professionals, executives, podcasters, live streamers. I mean, it's just an amazing crew. It's an amazing audience. And so I just love each and every one of you. And I would love for you to be with us every single week. It really, really means the world to me. Yes, Silver Fox. Absolutely. Nez Nation is the best. Yes, absolutely. Joe says, I should be in my new home fully by the end of April. We'll be able to join from my new studio. Yes, Joe, I want to bring you definitely members only, or not members only, but members will definitely get first dibs. And so something you may want to consider is, we do this live stream. It's completely free. Obviously, I want to give as much stuff away as possible. But, if you want to go deeper and you want to get the more access and get a little bit more help so you can grow your brand, your business, your career, I'm doing members only live streams and members only group coaching, if you will. And so you may want to consider that. Thank you so much, Joe. I can't wait, man. We're going to have a blast. Who knows? Maybe we'll do something. Oh, look at that. Welcome to the crew. Silver Fox is a brand new member. There you go. Woo! I need sound effects. I need Lewis here. Where's Lewis? Lewis, slam your horn. Yes, absolutely. Love it. Love it, Silver Fox. You're going to get a ton of value. Absolutely. Welcome to the club. Great to have you, Silver Fox. So proud of you. You are the best, Darlene. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to get a lot out of it. Stay tuned, because I'm going to be sending community posts to members only, and we'll schedule those private live streams, and you will definitely get a ton of value. So consider joining, just like Silver Fox did. Okay. Anybody else have any other questions? Anybody else? Oh, you're so sweet. Look at this. Luis says, Nez, you've given us a lot. No need for the giveaway. Knowledge, hashtag knowledge is priceless. I really appreciate that. Luis, that really means a lot to me. Yeah, even though I talk a lot about Lewis says insert air horn here. I love it. Yeah, even though I talk a lot about these different ways to monetize and these different ways, it has to make sense, right? It has to make sense. Your reputation and, your brand is more important than anything, right? And so I've said no to a lot of brand deals. I mean, I get emails all the time. Nez, do you mind reviewing our product? Nez, do you mind? I mean, I'm not even kidding you. And this is something that's really important to talk about and discuss, I think. I got a request. I mean, this was obviously somebody who had no clue what my channel was about. But they literally said, if you do a product review of our, brand and our product, we will pay you. I'm not going to tell you, it was a large sum of money. You know what the product was? This is going to totally flip your bill. The product was a pillow for like an orthotic pillow for sleeping. Now, if they wanted a shout out or something like that, or actually sponsor the video, that would be a whole different deal. But they wanted me to do a product review. Do you know what my channel's about? Did you do your homework? Did you do your research? Now, I could have easily have said yes to that because it was a 5-figure deal. It was a 5-figure deal. Actually, no, it was a high 4-figure deal. I apologize. But no. Why would I do that? Why would I? That makes no sense to my audience. It makes no sense for my brand. And I'm not just in it for the money. I would never, ever do that. I would never, ever do that. And I would highly recommend that you don't either. I would highly recommend that you don't do that either. It's just not worth it. I've left a lot of money on the table because there's nothing that has more value than your reputation. There's nothing that has more value. My dad taught me this at a very, very young age. You could have $1 billion in the bank, but if your name and your word don't mean anything, you got a giant goose egg. Your name and your word, there's no price on that. And so, I could have made a quick, buck with this review, but then it would have had zero resonance with my audience. It would have totally looked like just a cash grab. And plus, it's not even a product I even believed in. I didn't believe in the product. It was I even looked at the website and I looked at the reviews. The reviews were terrible. It was some kind of, knockoff of a real brand name orthotic pillow. And I just felt wow, and this is a small example. This is a small example of, it's a small example of, a microcosm example of the kind of emails that you're going to get too, because everybody in this room is going to grow. Everybody in this room is going to get, these kinds of emails in the future, if you haven't already. And if you do, let me know if you have any examples of this, if you do. And so, I would love to hear from you. And thank you so much, Luis. I really, really appreciate the compliment. Dexter Media. Yeah, what pellet grill should I snag for my new deck? I've been in the 3rd floor for 10 years, saving up and need the time outdoors. Exactly. Good to see you on LinkedIn. I don't know who that is on LinkedIn, but thank you so much. Look at Viet. Viet's in the house. Good to see you, Viet. Steve Goodger in the house. Yes, fantastic. Good to see you, Steve. Welcome. Welcome to the chat. Absolutely. Dexter Joe says, my pillow CEO trying to get on Nez Nation. Yeah, I mean, I could have easily have done the branded video. I could have easily have done that, and I would have made some, look, people, I totally get it. I would never, if one of you guys did something like that, I would never judge you. I mean, I'm kind of a rare dude. I don't judge anybody. Everybody's just doing the best they can. Nobody knows what they're doing. They're just doing the best they can. I wouldn't judge you if you did something like that. I mean, we're in a very precarious moment in history. A lot of people are laid off. A lot of people are really having hard times. can't put food on the table, can't take care of themselves and their family. And I would not blame you if you took that deal. Thankfully, I'm knock on wood, thankfully, I'm not in that situation. If you did it, if you were a tech channel and you were approached by like a baby rattle company or something, and they offered you 5 figures, 4 figures, and you did it, I wouldn't blame you for it. But I would advise that if it's not something that is absolutely a dire situation, think about your brand and your reputation, because it's not worth it. Your audience is going to be like, wow. So Nez did a video about a pillow company on a channel that has nothing to do with pillows, nothing to do with that kind of product, has nothing to do with branding, business, mindset, YouTube. Why would he do that? Like, it's going to send the wrong message. Look at what Flash just said. And you know what's so interesting is I think you're quoting one of my favorite quotes of all time. And I really, really appreciate this. The company is only seeing your vanity metrics, knowing what your channel is about. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. I totally appreciate what you just said there, Lewis. Warren Buffett, because Flash just said something that inspired me. Warren Buffett, and I apologize if the colors keep changing on the live stream. My studio lights are not on. I like my live streams to be relaxed and chill. I'm just using natural light coming in from the window. So now it's soft lighting. I love soft lighting because now we've got cloud cover. So I'm just using natural light from the window. So if you're like, why did it go from amber to now it's soft lighting? Why was it strong gold colors? It's just the outside. It's just changing. Warren Buffett, we all know who Warren Buffett is. He sends out a 1-sentence memo to all of his company's employees every single year. And it's the most powerful sentence ever. You want to talk about brevity is the soul of wit. Check this out. Warren Buffett says in this memo that he sends out every single year, it takes a lifetime to build a reputation, and it takes seconds to lose it. It takes a lifetime. Let me say that again. It takes a lifetime to build a reputation for your company, brand, business, personal brand, whatever. It only takes seconds to lose it. I think there's no greater asset that you have than your reputation. Okay? We've noticed this on Clubhouse. I know you guys have been in rooms where, holy mackerel, these guys are selling aggressively, pitching aggressively, talking about themselves like they're Greek gods when they have zero experience or zero credibility, and just really, piling out some huge disinformation. This is why I tell my students, my business communication students, I always tell them the first day of class, I want you to think I'm full of sound effect. See how good I am at sound effects? Okay, I'll stop. I tell them every single time I start a brand new business course, okay, I teach mostly business communications, business writing, etc. I tell them every single time, every new semester on the very first day, I want each and every one of you to think I'm completely full of it. Why? Not to sound cool, not because I want to wow them or I want to, shock value, nothing like that. Because I want them to think for themselves. Just because I was hired by the university, just because I stand up here, I've learned in my life that I don't care if you're wearing a white coat. I don't care if you've got 5-6 degrees. I don't care if you're considered the best in your industry. I want to verify what you're saying in the real world, not just in a box, aka a classroom. And so I want them to verify. I don't want them to trust me right away. I want them to think for themselves instead of just sitting in class and nodding their head and saying, yes, professor. Why is audience so important? Why is communicating with conviction so important? Why is having purpose, having direction with the words you're using? Why is language powerful? Why does Nez say these things? Does it really, really matter? Verify it in the real world. Verify it for yourself. Don't just nod your head. That's why I tell them I want them to think I'm full of it. And so, your reputation is everything. Your reputation is everything. Dexter says, if it fits your brand and is truly something, yes. But if it's an orthopedic pillow you've never heard of, heck no. Exactly. A tissue company. Oh my God. Lewis, you're killing me. I absolutely love it. A tissue company wants a product review. Okay, that would make total sense, especially if the brand was Snez Nation. I love it. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Steve, for being here. I really, really love it. Really, really appreciate it. Yes, Flash, reputation is so hard to build. Yes. Silver Fox, I find it odd when I see channels that do that. You see, that very thing right there that you just said, what you just said right there, Silver Fox, I find it odd when I see channels do that. If your audience gets even a flavor, even a molecule of distrust, trust me, you're never going to get that back. If you betray their trust just once, you're never going to get that back. And so, excuse me, it's so important. It's so important to keep your reputation intact. The temptation of money and brands are just absolutely, strong. They're very, very powerful. But always think about your reputation. Always think about your audience. Think about how that brand, because this is a long game. And if you're just making the quick fix, quick money right now, you're going to lose the long-term equity of sustainable, full-time, powerful money down the road by actually catering to your audience. Because I tell you this right now, if somebody approaches Mr. Beast, if somebody approaches, Mark Rober, if somebody approaches, any of these big name brands, channels, etc., presences, Charlie D'Amelio, if anybody approaches them, they're going to say, here's the money, you do what you think is best. They're not going to have any other terms and conditions. Why? Because they know their audience better than anybody. And they're going to trust the creator to integrate the brand somehow, which makes sense to them. Because Charlie D'Amelio and Mark Rober and Mr. Beast would never, ever agree to a brand sponsorship, would never, ever agree to a sponsored video or a company or brand deal if it didn't allow them the full freedom to integrate it the way they wanted to. Because they know their audience. They have all the power. They have all the leverage. They have attention. Eyeballs and earballs. It's all about eyeballs and earballs. Is that Kelly? My Vivid Life. Kelly, how are you? Kelly says, how do you push back? Or did you fill out a questionnaire, Kelly? Are you killing me right now, girl? I love Kelly. Oh, you did? Okay, good. Kelly's like, yeah, I did, bozo. Okay, I see it in the questionnaire. Thank you so much. Oh, man, Kelly, talk about putting your foot in your mouth. I just put my foot in my mouth. Okay, Kelly, how do you push back or decline brands that don't mesh with your channel? What do you say back to them? Sometimes I don't even reply. Other times I just say, I'm sorry, I apologize. I mean, I always keep it professional. In my head, I'm like, you're an idiot. You don't even know my channel. But, you always be professional and just say like, I really appreciate you reaching out to me, but your product or your company does not really align with my brand or business. I don't know if you did your research or not, but, this is what my business and brand is about. And I really value my integrity and I value my reputation and I appreciate your offer. However, I have to respectfully decline. I mean, that's just what I would say. Just keep it professional, but you don't even have to reply. With the pillow company, I didn't even reply. Because I just knew right away, like what Lewis said, I knew right away that they didn't do their research. I knew right away that they didn't know anything. They didn't even check out my videos. They probably just checked out, like Lewis said, vanity metrics, or I don't know. They might just be spamming. It could have been just a robot too. I have no idea. So I didn't even reply. Now you could use that as an opportunity and say, I'm happy to get in a conversation and talk more about it. There may have been a miscommunication or misunderstanding, and I'd like to clarify. And then maybe if you get into conversation with an actual real human being, like a brand partnership manager, social media manager, or agency rep, you might be able to work something out that makes more sense because you could use that as an opportunity. But I just don't have that kind of time. Like if you're reaching out to me for a brand deal and a sponsored video and you don't know anything about my channel and you're just kind of spamming me, that tells me that you're not serious, A, and B, you're not going to value what I bring to the table and you're going to dictate the terms. And so I really like to work with brands and companies that do their homework, and they actually are professional. And there is not a real brand or company out there that would just say, "Hey, here's some money, make a product," without doing their research. And so that just showed me that they didn't do their research. I hope that answers your question, Kelly. And thank you. sorry for putting my foot in my mouth. She did leave a question in the questionnaire. So thank you, Kelly. I really appreciate it. I like the way you spell your name too, with a Y-E. That's kind of cool. It's different. I can take a couple more questions, and then I do have a client meeting I got to run to. But I just want to say really quickly, if you're just joining us, you're watching Office Hours with yours truly. I am your personal branding coach. I'm here for you. I'm here to serve you. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the questionnaire in the pinned comment. When I say questionnaire, it's nothing involved or heavy. I'm not making you answer 25 questions. It's just 1 or 2 questions and then your actual question. And so please leave your question in the questionnaire attached. And if I don't get to it today, I will definitely get to it next week. And so it's really, really, it just really means the world to me that you're here. I really, really appreciate it. And I love seeing you inside the lab. PC Tech in the house. Good to see you, PC Tech. How are you, sir? Always a pleasure to see you. Steve says, what if the creator made a really bad... what if the creator made it really bad as though... I don't know what you're saying there, Steve. Clarify, please. I'd really, really appreciate it. Dexter says, just like ESPN or NBC wouldn't agree to certain terms and conditions in their heyday, you shouldn't, in my opinion. This digital platform is the powerful entity, and you own your own brand. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's so good that you said that, Joe. Elena says, thanks. I appreciate it. Watch the rest. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much, Elena. We love seeing you here. 22 likes. I love it. Thank you, Silver Fox. I really, really appreciate it. Yeah, always a pleasure, PC. 22 likes. Silver Fox. Thank you so much, Darlene, for being here. I love seeing you in the chat. I love that you have just joined our membership. I can't wait to work with you more one-on-one and more personally, as well as the other members. By the way, consider joining because you get more access to me. I go deeper and deeper, help you with, it's more like group coaching because I do have consulting packages that are pretty expensive. I'll be honest. I charge a premium because I've been doing this for over 2 decades. And, it's really, that's my business. But also, I want to provide value on here too. And so maybe consider doing that. Steve says, advert, sorry. Okay, so what if the creator made a really bad advertisement? Well, this is why it's important to have the conversation, Steve. It's important. Yes, come on, we need a few more. Hit that like button. Thank you so much. Always great to see you, PC. This is why it's really important, Steve, to answer your question, that you get in a conversation, you really clarify, and you really make sure that they understand. So when I do brand deals, I always put a condition in there that I'm not going to do revisions. I'm not going to do re-edits because it just takes too much. Unless it's something completely off topic or off brand, then I might consider it. But, if we strategize and we clarify at the outset, we can avoid that. And so usually this is why it's important to do research as a brand. If a brand reaches out to you, that means they trust you. If you're reaching out to a brand, then you're building a relationship. And so you may have to forego editing preconditions. But guess what? Understand your value. And as well as I do as a content creator, editing and re-editing can be very laborious and tedious and take up a lot of time and energy. And so if they do want that, I would say don't undervalue yourself and charge a premium. Don't ever forget this, Nez Nation. It's easier to negotiate down than it is to negotiate up. Let me say that again. It's easier to negotiate down than it is to negotiate up. So if you start high, it's easier to negotiate down. Okay. If you want 5,000, charge 6, start with 6, and you'll work your way down to 5. If you want 1,500, start with 2,500, and you may meet in the middle with 2,000. So it's easier to negotiate down than it is up. If you start with $500, and they say, well, we want 400, or it's like, well, you've already kind of screwed yourself. So always, always, always value yourself. Make sure that you value yourself, and and you will be fine. I promise you. And make sure you clarify. And yes, as Dexter says, here's the funny thing too. Yeah, there's never any re-edits on TV, radio, and print. And here's another funny thing too: is there's no measurement for ROI on radio, print, and TV. With online and with a YouTube channel, you can measure clicks, you can measure, CPA, you can measure cost per acquisition, you can measure all these things for the brand. And so, there's just more power. And plus, everything is online anyway. Look what's happening to brick and mortar across the world, across the nation. Everything, this is where it's all at. This is where it's all about attention. It's all about the eyeballs and earballs. Where is all the attention? Look at your own behavior. When you buy stuff now, or when you want to order stuff, or when you want to make any purchase, even if it is a brick and mortar, where do you go first to find out more about the company or brand? You go here. You go on your mobile device. You search. You check it out. You find out. You do your research. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. If you're just joining us right now, I just want to let you know you're watching Office Hours with yours truly. Make sure you click subscribe because we go live every single Sunday at 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I'd love to see you guys. I really, really appreciate you guys being here. Make sure that you leave your question. Let's say you have a question for next week. First come, first serve. Leave your question in the chat down below. There is a questionnaire in the pinned comment. Leave your question. Fill out that form. It's just a couple of questions, and then you leave your question. Leave that in the questionnaire down below. I want to say thank you so much to our amazing mods, our amazing audience. I want to say thank you to Dexter. Thank you to Silver Fox, Darlene. I want to say thank you to Elena. I want to say thank you to Kelly. I want to say thank you to Flash, Jurgen, all these amazing Steve, Luis, KD in the house. I want to say thank you. There's so many people I want to thank. You guys are just amazing. And I love seeing you guys. Sweeney Dunstan in the house. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I would say so. I would say so too, Silver Fox. And I can't wait to meet with you in the private live streams too. Consider becoming a member and you can get access to that. I really appreciate you guys so much. And, again, I hope to see you. By the way, really quickly, if you're listening on the podcast, if you're watching this on the replay, connect with me on Clubhouse as well, because I host a lot of rooms about YouTube growth, YouTube optimization, growing, starting a YouTube channel that builds your personal brand and builds your business, and also builds your career kind of online presence too. So make sure that you connect with me on Clubhouse. Also Twitter, because Twitter Spaces is really cool. And I've been entertaining that. I've done a couple of spaces so far, but I would really love to see you there as well. So connect with me, and definitely make sure you hit that subscribe button with all the notifications turned on, because that, my friends, this is the most important show, and I love hanging out with you guys every week. And so on behalf of the Nez Nation family, I wish you a wonderful, fabulous week. Make sure you go subscribe to the podcast too, because you can listen to all this in your eardrums. I call it like having a free business university in your eardrums that's entertaining and fun. And I really appreciate you guys. And until next time, have a wonderful, fabulous week. And I'll see you guys very soon. Thank you guys. I love you.